I was the first one to get to Villeneuve in Belgium when he got thrown out the car. And you learn very quickly to create this little safe in the back of your head. And those situations, you put him in the little safe, and you close the door on Thursday, and you don't really open it until Sunday night. And that's how you get through, because you don't think of Elio, you don't think of Gilles, you don't think of Depaye, all those guys that passed during the course of my career, including my little brother. I put them in the safe, and I was able to not think about that situation and just make sure that I was focused on the team, lifting the team. Charlie Whiting was the chief mechanic on Elio's car. So, and Herbie Blash, all those guys, they focused on building it back up again, because you can't dwell too long. It sounds very cruel and callous, which I'm definitely not. I can cry over anything. I mean, here on Thursday night at Charlie's memorial, I'd cry my eyes out, So I'm a very tender, gentle person until it comes to my job, and I'm quite hard.
Were they two different people then? The guy, Derek Warwick, the racing driver, he was a hard man.
I think he was a hard man. He was difficult to work with sometimes. He told you everything truthfully. He didn't hide anything. He was not political at all. But when he left the track on a Sunday night, he was very much the family man. I gave 100% to my family at that stage, and that's why, I am where I am, and I'm still happily married, and I've got 3 grandchildren. And yeah, I think, I will crash a car rather than hit a bird in the middle of the road, and I'm very gentle on that side of life. But don't cross me. Don't say things to me that will hurt me, because I come back at you.
The way you're looking at me when you say that, I'm having one of your Bernie moments right now. But it's interesting you say so you compartmentalised the dangers back then into that safe. But you did open the door on a Sunday night. You were very aware of the dangers. It's not...
I would cry on a Sunday night after it was all over. Gilles was a very good example.
Can you describe what you found at Zolder in '82 when you arrived on the scene?
I come over the top of the hill and I saw the Ferrari and stopped my car instantly, because I could see he was in trouble. Ran back to the car, and I was just stunned that there was nothing left of the car. The front end had completely gone, as you know, it broke. So I looked around for him, and he was on the far side in the catch fencing, wrapped up in the catch fencing, helmet off. So I ran across to help him, pulled him out of the catch fencing a little bit. He was completely blue when I got there. I thought already dead. And then, of course, the paramedics arrived. Was Professor Watkins there at that stage? I can't remember. It's all a bit blank. Anyway, he arrived, and I just left him. Went back to the garage and just cried, because I thought he was dead at that stage, and of course he did die later on that evening. So we're now in the hotel. Everybody's sad. Didn't really eat that night because the announcement came through that Gilles was dead. Went to bed. Got up the next morning, showered, got ready to go to work. Go to the track, and Rhonda, my wife, said, "What are you doing?" I said, "It's race day." And she could not understand, because she knows the sort of person I am. She couldn't believe that I was that sort of person, that I would be hard enough and callous enough to get in my overalls, drive to the track, and race past that same incident, same place that I tried to help this man lap after lap. And I never once thought of Gilles every time I went past that corner, until the race was over. And then I remember going back to the motorhome again and just crying. Then I release it.
Do you think you were alone, or do you think a lot of the drivers dealt with it the same way as you did?
No, I think some carried it with them, and I think it affected them. I don't think they were able to put it away. I think it affected the way they drove. I don't really know. We're all lonely people at the end of the day. We don't want to show our weaknesses to our fellow teammates, if you like.